Hiya. Now, I've had a request from one of our students. He would like to see how we make Christmas decorations out of the lighting brush, which is this stuff. It usually has a tiny little flower halfway up the stem. It looks like that. So you know you've got the right stuff. So you want some without flowers, and you want about 6 or 7 of them. Right down at the base. There you go. There we go. So we've got quite a few of them here. So, now we're going to take them over to a corner where you can probably hear me a bit better. Go on, Dan, keep up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smallest one, the thinnest one, out. It's too short for anything. I'll take one of these, and I've got 7. Don't need 7. Let's take another one out. 6 is a good number. Now you can either put a little elastic band on them to keep them all together, which works nicely, or because I'm mean with my elastic bands, I get a piece of grass and wrap it around nice and tightly, twisting all the time, so it works really well. And then twice around my finger, and then I can tuck it in. Trouble with this, just get elastic band, just as easy. Works nicely. Oh, it works better than this one does. It's just snapped on me. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Pull it nice and tight. Okay. Then we've got all our various pieces of lighting rush. We spread them all out like that, like an octopus. Turn them over, so it looks roughly like that. I use my belly as a suitable place to put them on. So now we need to take it over 2 rushes. The one you've just crossed over, take it over the next 2 rushes. The one you've just crossed over, take it over the next 2 rushes. Crossed over, take it over the next 2 rushes. Right, crossed over, take it over to the next 2. So you do this for a bit, yeah? Keep going round and round and round like that. Take it over and go in. Take it over and go in. Take it over and go in. Like that. Now, instead of going over the top, you want to go just this side of the second brush. So you take it over, wrap it over the top. That's well done, Dan. Get nice and close in on that. Wrap it over. So now our weave is getting a bit bigger. And I can go a bit faster. And you see how fast I'm going? You should be up to this speed pretty quick. There we go. Keep on going. Keep on going. It's good to stand away from people when you do this, simply because of the fact when you do it, you can poke somebody's eye out with the reeds. Not really poke an eye out, they'll just sting a bit. So you keep going around like that, so it gets wider and wider and wider. This is going to be a Christmas bauble, so we want it wide enough that it looks pretty good hanging from a Christmas tree. So you're making your own little over and over and over. There we go. Now once it's out a certain distance, and once it's large enough, you can see roughly the pattern that's developing. Then you want to go back in again. So that's going over 2 reeds and back in, 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 You can guess the next bit till it eats them back in. There. Keep on going. Like that. So we're going back in all the while. This is going to be a small one because I don't want to sit here videoing it too long because it's quite boring doing this. Well, it's not for me, but it is for you watching. There we go. Ian, can you get in nice and close on that, Dan, please? Yeah, that's it. You can see we're going back in all the while, back in all the while, back in all the while. This was a request by one of our students who wanted me to actually show some piece by piece pictures. I thought it would be better if we did a little video on it, and then we can see. Okay, when we get right back in, and we're getting right in towards the end now. This is quite small. Usually I'd do them a little bit bigger than this, but I've cut it down so it doesn't take me too long to do. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes to make one. See, it's getting in tighter all the while. We'll finish up and we'll be quite small around the top, but don't worry. So the last one, this is where I'm going to finish it. I poke underneath and it locks it off. So there you can see, it goes underneath there. Have you got that, Dan?
Yep.
Yeah. And that goes in nicely like that there. So, and that locks it off. Now we take 3 of these, the 3 nicest reeds you've got, and you plait them. So you go 1, always into the middle. Yeah? Just like the girls plait their hair. Same process. So if you're a boy, you've probably never done this before, but if you're a girl, you most likely have. Now really, if you're good at plaiting, you can do this quite quickly and quite tightly, and it makes a really neat, beautiful job. However, I'm useless, but I've done a little bit. And that, sorry about that, that then ties in back into the weave. So we take our 3 stems, don't need them that big, rips them off, poke them through into the weave itself. We can get them in there. Might need perhaps the end of a pair of scissors or something to poke them in tightly. Okay, now that needs a bit of tidying up, and these bits need cutting off. So I get my trusty pair of scissors, if I'm fond of trusty pair of scissors. Oh, I don't know. Where's a pair of scissors when you want one? Here we go. And so you can snip off all the messy bits. There, hanging from your tree, is your finished Christmas bauble. Have fun, give it a try, and let me know if you succeed.